Now, I remember one of these. My sister had one of these in the 1970s. Growing up, Space Invaders was always my favourite, and here it is. What great fun it is. Well, Atari is to release its first new games console in 24 years, based on the firm's iconic late 70s design. It's just the latest company to try and cash in on a wave of nostalgia, from vinyl to Nokia telephones. Well, Alysia Judge is a host for the entertainment website IGN. Hasn't blown me up yet, Alysia. Do you want to have a go?
Oh gosh, you know what? I've not played one of these in years. This is a real nostalgia trip, which I guess is kind of the point.
Come on, I've gone into it with 3 lives there, so...
Nice, you've left it at a good point for me.
Right, well, try and concentrate.
Yes,
there you go.
I will. Well, you put a video game in front of me. Oh, it's cruelty.
So why is retro in vogue then?
It's a really interesting question. We're seeing it across so many different industries, from vinyl coming back in fashion to just fashion itself. I think in gaming, it just lends itself so well to this idea of nostalgia, because games as a kind of wider culture, you've got this kind of community feel. Nostalgia's built around this idea of socially saying, hey, do you remember that time? And the gaming community is huge and wide and varied, with all these different forums of just people feeding that nostalgic trip.
That's right. I mean, in my family, it was a right old Christmas tradition. You know, give my nan a couple of glasses of sherry and then get her on the old Space Invaders, and we'd all fall about laughing. But I mean, is this aimed at the parents or the kids then, primarily?
That's a good question. I think primarily it's going to be aimed at the parents. You know, the fact that we've seen it with the NES Classic, releasing games that are what people used to play back in, say, the 70s and the 80s. The interesting thing about the new Atari console is that the hardware, there is hardware in there that's more akin to a modern PC. So there's a suggestion that they might be starting to Atari might be creating new games and new gaming experience, not just porting over old ones.
So how does this compare with the Xbox or whatever the kids are playing then these days?
It's different. It is very different, because at the moment we don't know anything about new games that could be coming up that would compete with the Xbox and the PlayStation in terms of modern high-fidelity graphics, that kind of thing. But what it is doing is it's cashing in to this nostalgic retro gaming element, which, you know, PlayStation and Xbox have tried to do themselves. They've done a lot of remasters. We've had a Crash Bandicoot remaster this year. So it's a lot of gaming companies are seeing the real business opportunity here.
Yeah, Nintendo, they had some success with one of these recently. So how do you think this particular relaunch will go?
Yeah, I mean, the NES Classic sold 2.3 million units in just 5 months. So, I mean, it properly flew off the shelves. I wonder whether the Atari console, the 2600, was basically, it was the console that started home gaming. So it really holds a special place in gamers' hearts. And yeah, I can see this one doing really well.
The absolute granddaddy of them all. There you go. Oh, there we go. Nearly got the mothership. All right, Alysia Judge, I've got to leave it there, I'm afraid. It's
no
great
worries
to see
at all.
you. Thank you.